The readathon's called the Backlist Readathon. The readathon's called the Backlist Readathon. Oh my word, I can't say it. There's an ant on my camera. Hello. So after 2 months of hardly any reading, I'm coming back with a vengeance. And I'm about to deliver the most insane TBR I've ever had. A few videos ago, I talked about like setting myself up for success, and that is not this day. So I'm taking part in a readathon this March, which is next week, March 9th through the 15th, which is I think a Monday to a Sunday. I'm going to be reading 6 books, hopefully, which you saw in my last video. I'm going to talk about them a little bit more in depth this time because I just kind of charged through them. I don't even think I said what any of them were about. So I'm going to try to make it brief, but I want to talk about what they're about. And I just read the synopsis of all of them. And also, there will be 2 more added onto my March reading list that I will be reading when the readathon's not happening. The readathon is called the Backlist Readathon, and the idea is to read books that have been on your shelf for a while. So all of these books have been on my shelf for probably 2 years at least. If you watched my last video, this will still be like new stuff. I don't want to make the same video twice. There's no particular order I'm going to be reading these in as of yet. I'll probably come up with an order. So I'm just going to go in the order that they're stacked. So the first one that is up on my list for the Backlist Readathon is The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. So The Bear and the Nightingale takes place in Russia, and it's based on like different folklore and fairy tales, and basically crazy things start happening when this family stops like honoring the old spirits of these fairy tales. And I believe that the main character has some like powers that she's been hiding, and so to save her family, she has to reveal that she has powers. My cat is running through the house like so fast. So I'm excited about this one. This is, for the prompt, a cover with blue on it. Next up for the Backlist Readathon is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Granger, are you okay? This is an adult fantasy book based on Middle Eastern like folklore and culture and history. It's about this character, Nari. She's a con woman, and she's very good at what she does, but in one of her cons, she summons a djinn that's equally as like cunning as her. I guess something happens and they have to run from where they're at, and they're going to this like legendary city of brass. And once they get there, there's like different like royal court things that are happening there. There's drama, and apparently her very presence could ignite a war. I'm really excited about this. I'm a little bit intimidated. This is actually a book that intimidates me. That's the prompt, and I picked this guy. Saba Tahir reviewed this and said it was the best adult fantasy book that she's read since The Name of the Wind. So I love The Name of the Wind. It's one of my favorite books. So I'm really excited about this. I've heard great things. My friend Kibby loves this book. So I'm super excited to see what this is all about. Well, I'm kind of sad that I can't read these till next week. Oh, she's playing with the toy. You're not very good at it. Oh, she's so cute. All right, next up is Release by Patrick Ness. This came out in 2017, I believe. This is actually an ARC, so I'm assuming most of it's probably still the same in the final edition, but we'll see. Basically, this is about a guy named Adam who, I think it takes place over one day. Yeah. His whole life just like kind of falls apart. Everything. Relationships, his job, and I think there's a little bit of magical realism in it. The last line of the synopsis is, "Time is running out though, because way across town, a ghost has just risen from the lake." So all this stuff is happening in Adam's life, and then something about a ghost. This is for a diverse book. Besides S.A. Chakraborty, I'm pretty sure all the authors I have on here are white authors. So I could technically count The City of Brass as my diverse book, and I may near the end here, because there's no way I'm getting to all these. But this has like a diverse cast of characters, so that's why I picked this one. Seems like there's some mental health in this. There's some like religion stuff in this. So that is why I picked Release, and I love Patrick Ness. Next up was a book that was on your backlist because of a recommendation. So I picked The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner. So many of my Bookstagram friends have loved this book. I think it's like a fantasy. I mean, it looks pretty fantasy, but it is about a thief who, he basically, I guess he is bragging about how good he is at what he does, and he ends up in prison. And then the king, I think it's the king. Yeah. The king's scholar comes and gets him because they need his skills to get something. But I think his name's Jen. He has a plan of his own. So it's pretty short. I think I'll be able to get through this pretty fast. This one also has blue on the cover. So my two books that might get cut are The Bear and the Nightingale and Release, because I can technically meet all the prompts with the other books that I have. All right, next was the shortest book on your backlist. I have The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis. I'm not super excited to read this just because I want, like, obviously I have so much fantasy and that's what I want. But this is about a bus ride from hell to heaven. So many people in my life love this book. It is very short, so I should be able to finish it in a day or two. I don't think I want to sit and read it all in one go, but maybe. So it's like, has allegory and what's the other word? Fable. So should be good. Yeah. I just really want fantasy. But that's okay. It should be fun. And lastly, for the Backlist Readathon, what is this one for? Oh, this is the book I'm most excited to read, which, besides City of Brass, is true, is The Electric State. So this book is huge, but it's really cool. It has like pictures all through it, so it should be pretty easy to read. So this takes place in the 90s, and basically what happened is there was this big like virtual reality revolution, and there's actually like an ad for it in here, which is cool. A new experience arrives. This is January 11th, 1996, and there's these like virtual reality helmets. And so basically this character, a young woman and her small yellow robot travel through a strange American landscape where the ruins of gigantic battle drones litter the countryside, along with the discarded trash of a high-tech consumerist society addicted to a virtual reality system. So there was actually a picture in here I showed in my last video of like, it looked like stacked trailers, just like in Ready Player One. So it seems like a similar like virtual reality charge like that one is, but this one, like, they're like in the pictures as this woman is walking around, there are like corpses with the helmet still on. So it's like they died being addicted to this virtual reality. So I'm really interested in this. It should be a quick read because every page has a big picture and some pages don't even have words. Let me see. But yeah, so it should be pretty easy to read. I'm really excited. It looks very interesting, and the little yellow robot is so cute. All right, so that was my Backlist Readathon TBR. I need to stop clapping, but I have two other books that I want to get to. I really want to start these books, but I can't until Monday, and today is Wednesday, so that's a bummer. This one's been on here before because it was on my January reading list, and I didn't get to it. Well, I didn't finish it. I'm more than halfway through. But Goodbye Days by Jeff Zentner. I've talked about this before, so I won't talk long. But it has been so heartbreaking. I've cried multiple times. It's probably why I haven't been dying to pick it up. But it's really good. Jeff Zentner writes just the best characters. They're like all of his books are like, they're like high school aged. He also, I think he has a fourth one that he's like working on. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna finish this. I have this much left. So my goal is to finish this week. And then after the readathon, read my book club book, which is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. Behind Her Eyes is a thriller, I think. Oh, there's a reading group guide included. That's perfect for book club. Oh, okay, I'm remembering now. I'm remembering what this is about and why we picked it. So it's about a woman named Louise who is a single mom, and she meets a guy in a bar, and they hit it off, and they kiss, and then she goes to work the next day, and it turns out he's her boss, her new boss. So she also finds out he's married, and to a woman named Adele. Yeah, so they look like a picture-perfect couple, but apparently there's like something else. Like the wife is always on edge, and I started it, I'm like this far into it, but something happens right at the beginning, I think. I don't know, I'm like a little bit confused, but supposedly something happens at the end that has like people arguing all over. So we're really excited to argue at book club. I hope that we have differing opinions on this because it's really fun to like argue about stuff. So I'm really excited about this. This will be what I pick up after the readathon, and I'll be finishing, hopefully, whatever books I didn't finish on the readathon. I did the math, and I mean, I said this in my last video, but I need to read like a little less than 250 pages every day in the readathon to finish them, which isn't that scary, especially because some of the books have big letters, some have big pictures. We'll see. My March reading list is 8 books. And my 2020 book count is 3. So, we'll see.